that once he has understood things, now he doesn't have to do anything. Okay, so let us offer our prayers and ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान सहगण ललिता श्री विशाखामृतांश नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश धारणे नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामने गौरत्विषे नमः। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीन बंधो जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. So we are in chapter 3 and we will be going through verses. So the major question that Arjun had here, again we will be having, because in the entire second chapter Krishna gave summary of all the philosophies. So at the end Krishna says that you follow the path of Buddhi Yoga. The problem with Arjun is that he thinks Buddhi Yoga means to understand. Once you understand something, कुछ समझ गए आपको, अब आपको कुछ करने का जरूरत नहीं है, ऐसे बुद्धि योग का मतलब निकाला है अर्जुन ने. So Arjun is going to ask this question that when I know everything, why should I act? Like for example, when you tell somebody that go and do job, earn money. Now what happens is, what he thinks is, let us say if he doesn't want to go to job, what he will say, अरे खाना पीना मिल रहा है तो हो गया, नो मेरा काम हो गया, है ना? So so we have this absconding nature. You give a reason to avoid your activities, especially where there is a lot of name and fame involved. आपका नाम खराब हो सकता है वो काम करने से, या आप वो काम करने की इच्छा नहीं कर रहे, और you don't desire to do that ever work. For example, Arjun didn't want to fight. He was not interested in fight. So he wanted to abscond from the fight. Or you see that your name and fame is on stake. कि भाई मेरा नाम खराब हो जाएगा, so आप भागते हो वहां से. So here Arjun, after hearing the second chapter, instead of being enlightened, he is not yet awakened. He understood everything what Krishna is saying, but he is not able to realize it, or you can say he is still not prepared to act on it. So let us see what Arjun is saying, and then we will see what Krishna is replying. Again same thing, 2 verses from Arjun, एक सवाल छोटा सा 2 श्लोकों में, and Krishna is giving the entire chapter. This is a very nice chapter, especially in 3rd chapter. It is said that when somebody is dying, if somebody is dying, कोई मर रहा है और मरने के बाद वो चला जाए, तो उसके लिए 3rd chapter अगर आप बोलते हैं, वो वहां आके बैठ के सुनता है. So this 3rd chapter is very special. It is karma yoga, especially for people who have lived life based on this karma yoga. Okay. Actually recording में जाता है, मैं तुम्हें हिंदी में ही दे देता, पर रहने दो, एक इंग्लिश बोल के कर देते हैं. दत्ता तो आया नहीं, लास्ट में आएगा. रिवाइज करो. बेचारा बहुत सिंसियर है, ये अपना लिखता है. नोट्स बनाता है, ठीक है. Even if one devotee is delivered, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur used to say that to deliver one devotee takes gallons of blood, and to remove him from Krishna consciousness, it just takes one simple offense. So it is like that. So okay, Karma Yoga, text 1, verse 1. Arjuna Uvacha Jayasi Chet Karmanaste Mata Buddhir Janardana Tat Kim Karamani Hore Mam Niyojayasi Keshava. Arjun said, O Janardana, O Keshav, why do you urge me to engage in the ghastly warfare if you think that intelligence is better than fruitive work? He's saying, O Janardana. So Krishna is addressed here as Janardana. And you remember what Janardana means even in first chapter when he was quoted as Janardana. Janardana and Janardana. Janardana means one means that one who is the maintainer of the Jana, the people, and second means that one who can destroy all the Janas. So in either case, I don't know what your philosophy is doing, hey Janardana, but now, or Keshava means one who kills the demon Keshi, doubt demon. So, O Keshava, see, I don't know what to do. See, here it is, Tat Kim Karmani Gore, Mam Niyojasi Keshava. Why do you want me to engage in this ghastly warfare if you think that intelligence is better than fruitive work? So, when you think that intelligence, that buddhi, see what is happening is he's understanding buddhi yoga to be intelligence. Ye uska galti hai. This is his mistake. Okay. So, he's saying that, O Janardana, O Keshava, when intelligence is superior, why you want me to work? See, now actually Arjuna is right. When he's right, when if Krishna was talking of intelligence, but Krishna did not talk of intelligence, he talked of buddhi yoga. Buddhi yoga means by understanding, because in Jnana yoga also there is intelligence, Nishkam Karma yoga also you require intelligence. So by intelligence you understand the path. So when you understand this path, whether it is you follow Brahman, Paramatma, Bhagavan, or you follow any yoga, Jnana yoga, Dhyana yoga, Bhakti yoga, these are all buddhi yoga, Krishna consciousness. When you remember Krishna, okay. So he is talking of this, Krishna is talking here, and Arjuna is having a misnomer. He is thinking it is intelligence. So from intelligence, from Arjuna's point of view, the question is perfect. But from Krishna's perspective, he is just foolish fellow. What is Krishna saying? What is Arjuna saying? Arjuna is saying that if intelligence is higher, so अगर आप ध्यान से देखेंगे, if you do any activity, okay, there is an intelligence, there is a knowledge involved in that activity. So once you get that knowledge, then that activity in itself makes no sense. Like for example, I go to, let us say, 4th standard, 5th standard schooling. Now I have to learn those subjects, mathematics, division, basic science, or some grammar of English or Hindi or whatever. So once I learn all those subjects, what is going to happen is, after I learn those subjects, I get some knowledge. Now again going in the same class and learning makes no sense because I have understood. So from Arjuna's perspective, he's right. That, my dear Krishna, I've got the intelligence now. You spoke it and I understood. So I don't have to fight now, right? Then why are you forcing me to fight again? So here there is a bigger problem. The problem is that Arjuna has not understood clearly what Buddhi Yoga clearly means. Okay? He thinks that once knowledge is acquired, karma does not have any standing. Means once you understand everything, you don't have to do anything. And now Krishna is going to give his own example also in this chapter. That Arjuna, actually, I am the person who doesn't need to do anything. Still, I come and do just to guide the people. Just to guide the people. So even if you are liberated, you have to do. And if you are not liberated, yet you have to do. And the intelligence that you are thinking is not what I spoke of. I spoke of absolute knowledge, the knowledge of the transcendental knowledge acquired in your activities. So here, that is the reason why this question has come. Okay. Okay. Again. Okay. So now we go to the second verse. Okay. Second shloka. व्यामिश्रेणेव वाक्येन बुद्धिं मोहयसीव मे तत् एकं वद निश्चित्य येन श्रेयोऽहमाप्नुयाम्. My intelligence is bewildered by your equivocal instructions. Therefore, please tell me decisively what is most beneficial for me. Now, here Krishna is saying that look, Vyamishreneva, Arjuna is saying, Vyamishreneva Vakyena. Means आपकी ये double statement से मेरा और दिमाग घूम रहा है. But if you see carefully, Arjun very well knew there is something wrong that he is understanding. Otherwise, he would have not used this word Vyamishreneva. That mixed things. It is not his Krishna statement which is mixed. It is your understanding that is mixed. And he is realizing this. But then, he needs the answer from Krishna. So he's saying, Vyamishreneva Vakyena buddhim mohayasiva me tadekam vada nishchityena shreyoham apnyam. So please tell me that which is really beneficial for me. I'm confused. I don't know what to exactly do. And then your statements are appearing dual. So please help me. So because here Arjun is demanding a proper systematic understanding. Whatever Krishna spoke in second chapter can be easily understood and realized by souls who have walked on the path for a long time and consistently. Those who have walked on the path of transcendental life, दिव्य जीवन जिया है, उनके लिए वर्णाश्रम पालन किया है, भगवत चिंतन किया है. For them, those things are very easy. But those people who have not lived that kind of life, for them, they need a systematic understanding. So Krishna is now going to explain gradually, okay, from chapter 3 to chapter 4, then chapter 5. He should explain how karma yoga is done, why it should be done even in liberated state and conditioned state, how knowledge arises through that karma. It does not come from book. Even if it is in the book, you read it, you don't realize it. So you have to live the life of Varnashrama. When you live, the realizations come in. And when they come in, you refine your activities and do it again. Just like we do handwriting, okay? So when you do handwriting, initially it is very ugly, but when you learn, gradually it becomes good. But when you learn again, good. Even if you get the first prize of handwriting, still you have to use it. Okay? So you have to continue. You cannot stop. Just because you are the best writer cannot mean that you stop writing. So gradually Krishna is saying you have to continue. And then you will attain transcendental knowledge, chapter 4. And what happens when one attains transcendental knowledge? He again does the same activity, chapter 5, in Krishna consciousness. Chapter 6, he wants to see the Lord, then he has to control Yam Niyam Asana, and he has to control the mind. And then after that, when he realizes that even this is not the highest is to be with God consistently. That is chapter 7 to 12 till 18. Okay, then you have to. So Krishna is gradually explaining, and this is what actually he is asking. Arjuna is asking, please explain it systematically. Krishna is least interested in giving this knowledge to Arjuna. He is interested in maro isko pehle sabko. Establish dharma. Because to establish dharma, you don't need to give lecture. You have to do an act of dharma. Okay? Like recently, some youths, very nice people, I like them actually. They are in Mathura, their leader is put in jail, but he has protected so many cows, saved so many cows. He went to stop the liquor shop in Vrindavan. Okay. How can you have a liquor shop there? So he went in Mathura Vrindavan to stop the liquor shop. You cannot have liquor there. So, so now he is, although he apparently he may go to jail and all those things, but the point is that he has aroused the, okay. So here we have to know that that's why Krishna is going to give systematic knowledge to Arjun and explain him also what is right, what is wrong, what you have to do. Okay. Here actually Arjun is confused between stopping of senses, that is due to Sankhya Darshan. The senses are there. So versus engaging in karma. Because if you engage, you are a part of duality. So here you are saying control your senses and here you are saying engage. अब engage करेगा तो मरेगा ना आदमी. आप बोल रहे हो यार मैं घर पे बैठ तो प्रॉब्लम है, आप बाहर जाओ तो भी प्रॉब्लम है, तो मैं करूँ क्या? हाँ? And he's asking what is the goal of my practice? Okay, even if I do this, what is the goal? I don't know. Then he's saying, okay, if you give me also goal, where is the practice? What practice I should do? So I'm more confused. I don't know what is my sadhya, what is my sadhana, what is my role. I'm more confused. Okay. So it is there is a reference in here of Mahanarayana Upanishad, verse 86. It says, "Na karmana na prajaya dhanena tyage naikenam natatvam anasura paren nakam nihitam guhayam vibhajate yat yato vishanti." Not by performance of duty, or by progeny or wealth, but by renunciation, they attained that immortality which sannyasis attain, which is beyond heaven and shines within heart. So, I don't know why there is a reference there, but it is from some other, by some Acharya's commentary only. But anyways, it is trying to say that just by duty you cannot do anything. Your consciousness should also be involved. Okay. It is mentioned in Mundaka Upanishad also, 2.1.2. Nati akritah kritena. Eternal person, akritah, is not attained by actions. Means the Lord is not just attained by your actions. He sees your intention. Okay. So the confusion here is buddhi and sama in jnana. Because in jnana, you are saying use the buddhi yoga word was there and the sama use word was used. And 2.48, 50 and 52. He was confused because of 2.48, 2.50 and 2.52. He's saying, you told me this and now, Datta Prabhu, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, no problem. I knew you will come. The warrior has to come.
Yes, yes.
So, just revising for you, verse number 1 and 2 of 3rd chapter. You have to read it on your own. There is nothing difficult. Krishna, he spoke of Buddhi Yoga. Arjun thought Buddhi Yoga means intelligence, Buddhi. He is saying that I already got the knowledge from you, then why should I fight? I don't want to fight. Why should I do actions when I already have knowledge? जब मुझे ज्ञान हो ही गया, तो अब मैं युद्ध क्यों करूं? मैं कर्म क्यों करूं? ये चीज अर्जुन ने पूछा है. ठीक है, यही 2 श्लोकों में पूछा है. अब भगवान आंसर करेंगे. Verse number 3. Now Krishna is going to answer. Shri Bhagavan Vaja Lokesmin Dvividha Nishtha Pura Prokta Mayanaga Jnana Yogena Sankhyanam Karma Yogena Yoginam. The Blessed Lord said, O sinless Arjun, I have already explained that there are 2 classes of men who realize the self. Some are inclined to understand him by empirical philosophical speculation, and others are inclined to know him by devotional work. यहाँ कहा गया है, हे अर्जुन, O Arjuna, so there are two types of men. One who try to realize the self, those who want to walk on the path of self-realization. So they are of two types. Okay, some are inclined to understand it by empirical philosophical activity, speculation, which is their own ways, or you can also say Sankhya Darshan. That Sankhya Darshan means analytical understanding of elements and whereabouts. And second is by devotional service. So, like modern scientists and all, they analyze things. They come up with some element table, and they come up with some action reaction cycle. Okay, so I asked some engineers yesterday. Some engineers had visited our Gurukul. So I gave them the trip to our Gurukul, and at the end I asked them one question, and they were like, "Basic hill gaya, basic mein problem ho gaya." I asked them, "Have you ever seen hydrogen and oxygen mixed to become water?" And they were like, I said, "Your entire career you build on this platform of a thing that you never saw." So there are a lot of assumptions in accepting things, or you do some analytical study and you come up with some solution and you go with some assumptions, okay, and you stamp your own assumptions to be truth. So there are a lot of analytical analysis that people do. So even in rishis, they are called munis, who apply their mind to understand the absolute truth. So the problem is that this mind and buddhi, the intelligence given to us and the mind given to us, has limitations. You cannot go beyond a certain understanding, or you cannot fathom things beyond your experience. Okay? So if we try to understand also, it becomes very difficult. Very difficult. So Krishna is saying there are two types of people. One, who are inclined to get realization through Sankhya Darshan, and second by devotional service. Those who apply their consciousness in me and they act for me, they think of me. Then either you think of him as impersonal or personal, that is another thing. But you think of the absolute, then actually you are on the right track. Okay. Otherwise, you can think of all the elemental things, but you may not come to know. Okay. So here Prabhupada is 2.39 gives Sankhya Darshan and 2.61 gives Buddhi Yoga. Okay. So there are two things again mentioned here. So that gives confusion to Arjun. So now, Krishna is answering him that look, it is about your consciousness, mat paraha. So it is mentioned by Prabhupada in the purport, very nice thing. He's saying religion without philosophy is sentiment or fanaticism. And philosophy without religion is mental speculation. So when you follow religion, any path, without philosophy, and you don't know philosophy, you're a blind follower, then it is sentiment or fanaticism. It is sentiment. It is pure sentimental. It will go away any day. आपका basic हिल गया ना तो आप छोड़ दोगे. And philosophy without religion, you have a lot of philosophy, but you don't have religious platform. Then it is mental speculation. If it does not align to dharma, then it is just a mental speculation. It means you know something, philosophy, but it does not align to soul, the body, God. Then there is no match. भगवान के बारे में कुछ नहीं है तो सब dry है, dry, खलास. It is waste. Okay. So Krishna consciousness is purification of senses, and it does not depend on philosophical process. See, our existence here in this world is binding. हमारा बंधन है संसार में. हम बंधे किससे, ध्यान से देखो, कर्मों से नहीं बंधे. कर्म तो हमें हमारे एक्शन जो पहले किए उसका आने वाला फल है. What is karma? Karma is what you have done previously to teach you a lesson. Certain reactions will come to you. That will be a reminder of what you have done before. It is not to punish you. It is to remind you that you were cruel to somebody, so the nature became cruel to you. But these reactions, the annihilation of these reactions will not help us. Actually, we are still bound by the senses, the vicious senses that we carry. These senses want to enjoy this creation, which in itself is a problem. So the bandhan is the unrestricted senses and sense gratification. So just like, there was one monkey, he saw some cashew nuts in the jar. So he put his hand in the jar and he held the cashews. Now he cannot remove. The only way to remove his hand is to throw away the cashew. Same way, in this creation, we have come to enjoy independent of God. Enjoying is not a problem. We are meant to enjoy, but with God. Just like, husband and wife, the wife has to enjoy, but with the husband. But if she wants to enjoy without the husband, she will be devastated. The kids are very small. They are sheltered with their parents. So they can enjoy. They can go to a park. They can go to a museum, but with the parents. If they want to enjoy independent, they will land up in some street accident. वो रास्ते पे चला जाएगा, कोई गाड़ी उड़ा के चला जाएगा. So we all are amshas of the Lord, and Lord is our caretaker. We have to enjoy, but with Him. So to enjoy independent in this world is a problem in itself. But in this world also, if you bring Him as the center of your life, then you are happy. Just like a devotee. It is not that we devotees don't eat, we don't sleep. We sleep nice, peaceful 6 to 7 hours. We eat nice prasad, which is offered to the Lord. Yesterday, some engineers came to visit here. They had brought their dabba, but they didn't tell me. So when I came their visit, I told my team to prepare some nice prasad. After that, they didn't open their dabba. They just ate our prasad. They said, Prabhu, ye bahut tasty hai. Wo khane ka zarurat nahi hai dabba hamara. So it is not that we have to be harsh to ourselves. No. Let our senses be given Krishna's things. Let them be given God-centered things. Let us hear music related to Krishna. So sweet. You look at the bhajans and you look at the dance performances, Bharatanatyam, how they do it for Odissi dance, they do it for Jagannath. So when you see that, it's so beautiful. You can envision eternity. You can envision Vaikuntha in this world itself. So these senses are so dangerous that they can capture you. Here in this world, they can bind you. So the binding are the senses. So the senses have to be controlled. So, but there are two ways to control. One is to philosophically understand this is dangerous. I will not do this. I will not do this. That is called neti. Neti means na iti. This is false and I will not indulge. But this neti will not help for a long. Just like Shankaracharya wrote a verse, Nirvana Shatakam. Nirvana Ashtakam, it is not Ashtakam. Nirvana, it is 7 verses. So it mentions Mano Buddhya Ahankara Chittani Naham Nacha Shrotra Jibhe Nacha Ghana Nitre Nacha Vyoma Bhuve Natejo Navayu Chirananda Rupa Shivoham Aham Nirvikalpo Nirakara Rupo Nibhurvyapasarvatra Sarvendriyanam Sadame Samatvam Namuktir Nabandaha Chidananda Rupa Shivoham. He says no. He does not say what, but he says, I am not this mind, I am not this intelligence, I am not this ego, I am not this pancha, I am not this pancha mahabhuta. I am not any of this. Who am I? I am transcendental, Shivoham, I am divine. The problem is, yes, you are divine. But this 90 will not establish that you are divine. So to become divine, you have to realize that you are divine. You have to associate with the divine. You understand? So Krishna is saying here that just by philosophical speculation, You will not realize the absolute truth. So Arjun, the second chapter that I taught you, Buddhi Yoga, is to realize it is not to become inactive. कभी कभी हमारे डिवोटीज भी ना सोचते हैं कि अरे हमको समझ गया भगवान कौन है, अब हम कुछ नहीं करेंगे. No, not indulging into duality is not solution. The solution is to involve yourself into duality in a way that you are free. Namam karmane limpati. No, there is a verse in the second verse of Ishopnishad. It mentions, I think so, second or third, where it says, Na karma lipyate nare. That if you follow your life as Isha Vasyam, understanding that everything belongs to God, and you live in this world, you can live hundreds and hundreds of lives free of sin. Na karma lipyate nare. I think the second verse we can see. Okay. If you see, you will get something. Let me see. It's a very nice verse. So, like, there is jackfruit. So, when you cut the jackfruit, you apply oil in your hand so that you don't get this sticky thing. Ishopnishad Mantra 2, if I'm not mistaken. It's a very nice verse. Here it is there. कुर्वन्नेवेह कर्माणि जिजी विशेषतम समः एवं त्वयि नान्यते तोस्ति न कर्म लिप्यते नरे. That if you live your life in this consciousness, then here it is. Kuruvanneveha karmani jiji vishechatam samaha evam tvai nanyate tosti na karma lipyate nare. One may aspire to live for hundreds of years if he continuously goes on working in that way. For that sort of work will not bind him to law of karma. There is no alternative to this way for man. Okay. So if you live in Krishna consciousness, or in the consciousness that everything belongs to God, Isha Avasyam, this all belongs to the Lord, then, and you use everything, then there is no problem. Like you go to somebody's home and you find a nice iPhone 17 Pro Max. Okay. And now you take it and you start going. You start thinking this is yours. And you use it and you go away from the home. Then you will be called like a thief. Aapko chor kaha jayega. Because you did not take it with the permission of the owner. But if you ask your friend or whoever that I want this phone, and he says, okay, take it, then you are no more a thief. So, but if you steal it, then it is wrong. So similarly, this creation does not belong to us. It belongs to Lord. It is controlled and maintained by the Lord. So whatever we take in this world, we have to have that gratitude or that consciousness in the back of our mind. We should be clear that this all belongs to the Lord. So here Krishna is saying, Prabhupada is nicely explaining that Krishna consciousness is meant for purification of senses. So inaction means no action is also an action, which will make you more, means you are also again enjoying the senses again. I will not engage. So not engaging is again an action. Not dependent on philosophical processes. So if you understand philosophy too much also, it will not help you unless you act on that path. So here Arjuna is referred as Anagha in this verse. Krishna is saying, oh Anagha. Anagha means the sinless one. Sometimes some people name their daughter as Anagha. Anagha means the sinless one. One who is not sinful. You are Anagha. Oh Arjun, you are sinless. Your intelligence is pure. How come you are not understanding this? Pura means I have already explained this to you previously. I have explained it. Nishtha. It is, if you see, it is because both types of Nishtha have one goal of realizing Atma. Okay. So these words are used. Okay. So both Nishtha with different sadhanas and sadhya, rather than one steadiness of two types. Okay, means it is not like you just uh, are fixed in action. No, if you're active also or you're inactive also, your consciousness should be fixed. Hmm? So in the 5th chapter later, 5.5, we'll realize that karma and jnana are same. It is like you do your karma, you get jnana. From jnana, you again do karma. Then you again get jnana. Again, it is cycle. So you realize it. Okay. Okay. So jnana yoga and karma yoga will become one because your action will be, your jnana will be integrated in your action. It will become like this. Okay. So karmi and jnani are two different names, but they are same thing. Okay. So for karma yogi or a jnana yogi, it is one and the same. Because you'll do your karma based on your jnana. So it is this karma is nothing but manifestation of your jnana. Okay. Just like let us example, Dattapru thought that I should now learn Bhagavad Gita. So this jnana came to him. Now the action that he is doing is actually that only. But he is doing it in action. Or you all are doing it. So that way. 3.4. Na karmanam anarambhan naishkarmyam purushoshnute na cha sanyasanadeva siddhim sam adhigacchati. Not by merely abstaining from work can one achieve freedom from reaction. Nor by renunciation alone can one attain perfection. So Krishna is saying here that just by you is saying that I will not do work, you will not attain freedom from reaction. Nor by renunciation, you alone cannot attain perfection. Even if you say that okay, I will do take sannyas. मैं सब छोड़ दूंगा. Generally husbands they always blackmail their wife. That मैं अब सब छोड़ के चला जाऊंगा. But these days, women are working or they get jobs immediately. So they are least interested in their husband's tantrums. बोले जा निकल. I'll get a new job. I'll even get a new husband. Earlier, these men had this blackmailing part, that I'll take sannyas if you don't, listen to me. But nowadays they say, cha, sannyas le, chal nikal. Earlier, ladies used to blackmail. I will go to my mother's house. But these days, nobody is welcoming anybody. So they say, ja, well, then nahi jaogi. So this is how it is. So not by merely abstaining from work, you can achieve freedom. If you just abstain from your duty, it will not help you. Nor by renunciation alone can one attain perfection. So even if you renounce, no, you cannot just attain perfection because of that. Okay. So here it is mentioned, you cannot take sannyas abruptly. Sannyas is a gradual process where your intelligence is fixed in the Supreme and your actions are aligned and you have no more desires. Your senses are no more interested in material enjoyment or experiencing the unfulfilled desires. So it is like that. So one should not do that thing. Okay. That is what is given here. Okay. Now 3.5. Now one may say, no, but what is the problem? I'll not engage. I'll not engage anywhere. I'll just be quiet. But being quiet is also an engagement. That goes to prove that the soul can never remain unengaged. And that is which point comes here, 3.5. Krishna is saying, 3.5, Nahi kaschit kshanamapi jatu tishtatya karma krit karyate yavasha karma sarva prakritir jair gune. All men are forced to act helplessly according to the impulses born of modes of material nature. Therefore, no one can refrain from doing something, not even for a moment. So, everyone is forced to act helplessly. You cannot do anything. You can't. There is no chance. Everyone is forced to act helplessly according to qualities he has acquired from the modes of material nature. So by the modes of material nature, either you are sattva guna, rajo guna, tamo guna, or mixture of something. So you're forced to act. You don't want, but yet you will be forced to act. That's the power of three gunas. You are forced. You have no choice. Therefore, no one can refrain from doing something even for a moment. So somebody may say, just like Buddhist philosophy, it says that this desire is the problem. Because of desire, you feel the pain and pleasure. So stop desiring. To stop desiring, also you need a desire. But what about that desire? If your desire to stop desiring does not stop, then again we will have a problem. So to desire to not desire is also a desire. Okay, so you cannot stop desires. Desire means ichha hai. Ichha ki atma means desire. So the point is that Vaishnavas say desire to be with Krishna, desire spirituality. Don't try to desire material life. That will make no sense. Okay. Here it is mentioned. Okay. So they are helpless here, and no one can refrain from doing something even for a moment. Because of the soul, that body is active and it cannot stop for a moment. The body itself is active because of the soul, and the soul has desires. So let us mold our desires with the desire of the Supreme. Then we will be in the right track. Like the iron filings, if you keep a magnet, they align with the magnet. Okay? So they are in their perfect orientation. Same way the souls are supposed to align with the desires of the Lord. So we should align our mind, train our mind to align with the desires of the Lord. The Lord wants us to live a pure life. The Lord wants us to remember Him. The Lord wants us to lead a sinless life. The Lord, so you have to see what the Lord wants, and then you have to live your life accordingly. And then you will see tremendous change in your life. Till today, we are trying to live what we have understood. Our case is Arjuna's case only. We have our own ideologies, and we are living the life of our ideologies. And after living for so many years and so many lifetimes, we are still not happy. So we have to learn to live our life the way Lord wants. Ishopanishad mentions that verse, Ekatvam Anupashyataha. That verse is the last line is Ekatvam Anupashyata. I don't know if I can see it here. Verses Kurvane Karvani is there. That verses I have to see. So it at the end it says, yes, it mentions, let me see. There is a verse which says, let me see here, where is the verses? Ekatvam Anupashyataha. जो रूप से प्रत्येक वस्तु परमेश्वर से संबंध देखता है, वह सभी जीवों को परमेश्वर का अंश मानता है, तथा वस्तु परमेश्वर देखता है वह न विजुगुप्सते, ये वो वाला है जो व्यक्ति सभी जीवों में सदैव आध्यात्मिक चिंगारी के रूप में देखता है और जो गुण में भगवान के समान है, यह सच्चा ज्ञान पाता है, बन सकता है. दिस इज आई थिंक द 7th वर्स. यस्मिन् सर्वाणि भूतानि, यस आगे यस्मिन् सर्वाणि भूतानि आत्मैवा बुद्धिजानतः तत्र को मोहकः शोकः एकत्वम् अनुपश्यतः. One who always sees all living entities as spiritual sparks in quality one with the Lord becomes a true knower of things. What then can be illusion or anxiety for him? One who sees everything, and then what is the illusion for him? There is no illusion, because he sees exactly the way God sees, and that is what is called Bhagavad Darshan. The way Lord sees, we should start seeing things the way Lord sees. Okay? So here it is mentioned, if you then will be saved. Options engage in Krishna consciousness or illusion. We have only two options. Either engage in Krishna's service, or you engage in Maya. There is no other, I mean to say, option. We don't have uh, other options. So, you have only this thing. So, it is mentioned in Canto 1, Chapter 5, verse 17. It is mentioned, I think so it is there in the verse also. There is a purport. There is a verse. Tektva swadharmam charanambujam hare bhajan apakvotapate tato yadi yatra kva bhaddam abhuddhamushikim ko vartapto abhajatam swadharmataha. If someone takes to Krishna consciousness, even though he may not follow the prescribed duties in the Shastras, nor execute the devotional service properly, and even though he may fall down from the standard, there is no loss or evil for him. So even if you follow this path of spirituality, there is no evil for you, because there is no loss. But even if he carries out all injunctions for purification in the Shastras, what is the avail of him if he is not Krishna conscious? So if he is not a devotee, then what is the use of all this following all the rules and you don't become a devotee? So it is best to be a devotee, then all the things fall in place. Okay? That is mentioned. Now chapter 3, verse 6. Karmendriyani sanyamya yaste manasa smaran indriyarthan vimudhatma mithyachara sa uchyate. One who restrains the senses and organs of action, but whose mind dwells on sense objects, certainly deludes himself and is called a pretender. So, one who restrains the senses of action, one who restrains the senses of action, and his mind, it dwells on sense objects, it is engaging itself, he certainly deludes himself and is called a pretender. So, he will be called mithyachari, means his mind is on sense objects and is externally showing that I am a great saint or I am very much changed. But that will not help. So Krishna is very against mithyacharis. Don't be a mithyachari. Just be a honest, sincere, simple person and be sincere on your path. The rest I will take you. Sometimes we think that I immediately have to become a great devotee, so we immediately put Chantan Bhasma and my God, we want to pretend we are something. No. You have to practice sincerely, learn from right places, apply sincerely in our life, and do the best we can. If you don't do your best, then it will be difficult. So you have to do your best. Okay? So, sometimes people, they speak dry philosophy to bluff sophisticated followers. They they cheat their followers. They'll speak big things, and and then they'll speak all complicated English, and the people will think, oh my God, spirituality is such a depth, and the people get cheated. So such people, they can be easily caught because actually when you go near them, there is nothing that they can give. Okay. 7th. Yastu indriyani manasa niyamyarabate arjuna karmendriyai karmayogam anasakta sa vishishyate. On the other hand, one who controls the senses by the mind and engages his active organs in works of devotion without attachment is by far superior. So Krishna is saying this mithyachari who appears to be a very great person, but he is not a great person, will be exposed someday. Because the moment he walks and talks, and people will come to know that he is not actually a sadhaka. So one who restrains his senses of action, if he restrains the senses of action, and his mind is still dwelling, he is cheating himself. He is not cheating others, he is cheating himself. And such a person is called pretender. I think this 6th is over, 7th apne khola nahi. Parsarthi, 7th verse. Okay. So so Krishna is saying, yes to indriyani manasa. On the other hand, he who controls the senses by mind and engages his active organs in work of devotion without attachment. So one who is not attached, okay, is by far superior. So somebody who is not, whose mind is not attached in the senses and sense activities is superior. Why is superior? Because he is not doing something false. He is not doing something wrong. That is why he is superior. So it is mentioned, it is better here. Prabhupada is writing. He is saying, sincere sweeper in street is far better than charlatan meditator. A person who is doing meditation, a charlatan meditator means dhongi meditators, those who are just doing for namesake. A sincere street sweeper is better. One who is just doing street sweeping is better. Okay. So it is mentioned here, Swarth Gatim Hi Vishnu. One whose gati, whose life's goal is Vishnu. Swarth Gatim Hi Vishnu. So one's goal should be to attain Lord Vishnu's feet. Other whoever does is all pretender. Okay. And these pretenders are cheating themselves. They are not cheating others. Okay. 3.8. नियतं कुरु कर्मत्वं कर्म ज्यायो य कर्मणः शरीर यात्रा पिचते न प्रसिद्ध्येद कर्मणः. Perform your prescribed duty, for action is better than inaction. A man cannot even maintain his physical body without work. So Krishna is saying here that what do you think? You will be inactive? You cannot do that. You have to be in action. Because even to maintain this body, you have to act. If you have to maintain this body, you still have to act. अरे खाना भी खाना है ना, तो उठ के जाना पड़ेगा, खाना पड़ेगा, करना पड़ेगा. So even you have to do, you have to act. You cannot maintain your physical body at the first place. So this philosophy that I will not do anything is the wrong philosophy. Okay. So here it is said that Arjuna, he was a householder, he was a Kshatriya, and Krishna didn't want him to artificially live that life. He didn't want him to artificially go and take sannyas. Okay. And he didn't want him to be a artificial man. Krishna is very practical. He's saying, be practical. Jo tum ho, wo karo. Main tumhare saath. One thing we forgot today is to give you the breakup of the chapters. So verse number 1 to 9, you can note it down. Verse number 1 to 9 is renunciation of work or work in devotion. Means a question mark. Renunciation of work or work in devotion. 1 to 9, chapter, verse 1 to 9. Verse 10 to 16 is evaluate, means gradually Krishna is taking from Karma Kanda to Karma Yoga. You can write from Karma Kanda to Karma Yoga. Verse number 10 to 16. Verse number 17 to 35 is performing detached work to set example. Performing detached work to set example. Verse number 17 to 35. And beware of lust and anger. One should be beware of lust and anger. Verse 36 to 43. Okay. So 9th verse now. We are in the 9th verse. Okay. Krishna did not want Arjuna actually to be a hypocrite, Krishna says that you do what you can. Remember me, that's it. Ma Manusmara Yuddhacha. You fight and remember me. That's it. I'm always with you. Don't think that, you have to sit and do always puja. You do your actions. Do establish dharma. Help me in establishing dharma. ठीक है। 9 यज्ञार्थात् कर्मणोऽन्यत्र लोकोऽयं कर्म बंधनः तदर्थं कर्म कौन्तेय मुक्त संग समाचर। Work done as a sacrifice for Vishnu has to be performed, otherwise work binds one to this material world. Therefore, O son of Kunti, perform your prescribed duties for his satisfaction. And in that way, you will always remain unattached and free from bondage. Okay, so Krishna is saying that look, Yajnartha. Yajna means Yajno by Vishnu. When Swayambhu Manu creates this world, the Lord Yajna appears, Lord Vishnu appears as Yajna to accept all the offerings, all the actions that you do for himself. So that is what is mentioned, Yajna Arthat. Do your actions for Yajna, pleasure of Yajna. Yajna Purusha is a Yajna Purusha. He is a person, a supreme Lord. Yajnarthat karmano anyatra. Whatever you do other than trying to please Yajna, lokoyam karma bandhanaha. It will bind you to this action-reaction cycle. Tad artham karma kaunteya. So you do this action for him. Mukta sanga samacharaha. And then you will be liberated, you will be free. So I think so. This is a self-explanatory thing. And Arjuna is mentioned here as Kaunteya, trying to remind him of his greater lineage. कि भाई तू छोटा मोटा आदमी नहीं है, तू बड़ा आदमी है भाई, क्या कर रहा है अर्जुन ये तू? So explaining his great lineage, Krishna is explaining Arjuna. So Varnashrama means to Varnashramachara Purushena Parapuman Vishnur Aradhyate. So Vishnu Purana mentions that actually Varnashram, following the path of Varnashram, because Arjuna was Kshatriya, he was a Grihastha. Okay, so he has to follow that life. He cannot run away. You cannot run away while doing your duty. Even if it costs your life, you cannot run away. You are accountable. So Krishna is teaching Arjuna that you have to do your duty. You have to do your duty. Then what is bhakti? Yes, remembering Krishna in all your actions is bhakti. And then when he gives a signal to come for something out of your duty, then that has to be done. That is called pure devotee, pure devotion. Like in corporate, there is ABCD, above and beyond call of duty. You come out of the way and do something. And you get a prize, ABCD. He came out of his box and did this. So Krishna also tests this ABCD, above and beyond call of duty. And accordingly he acts and reacts. So anybody who is following Varnashram is worshipping Vishnu himself. Okay? So in this way, when you follow Varnashram, you will remain unattached and free from bondage. So then you are happy. And that is why you will see all the people, especially those who follow Varnashram, especially in Bharatvarsha, in India, you will find their faces are glowing. They're so happy. And those who are like, recently I saw some video on this Delhi, what is this? They came for pollution and then they were supporting some Naxalite or something. I appreciate Naxalites stand for land and all. I don't know what else they do, but this is what they're doing. It's good. They should protect their land. But when I saw this JNU, I don't know from which college they were. From their faces, they look so dull. Dull. Pura jindagi chendubam ho gaya, aisa lag raha tha. Even in their what do you say, opposition, or even in their rally, they appeared so dull. The boy appeared like girl, the girl appeared like boy, and what they are speaking, I mean to say, they made no sense. निस्तेज, चेहरा एकदम निस्तेज है, कोई वर्णाश्रम पालन करना नहीं है, हमको आजादी चाहिए, पे छोड़ दो, तुमको बांधा किसने? पीना दारू, तेरे कौन रोका? ले पी ले पूरा. गांजा फूकना जाके फूक ले, कौन रोका है तुझे? क्या करना क्या है तुझे? आजादी मतलब क्या चाहिए? अरे तुम पैदा हुए वही बंधन है, तुम आत्महत्या कर लो, आजादी खत्म हो गया, आजादी जाओ फूक। अरे किस किस को आजादी चाहिए? एंड दे आर सच रास्कल्स एंड बास्टर्ड्स, दे विल से हमको चाहिए आजादी, एंड देन दे बिकम एमएलए। वो कन्हैया कुमार आजादी आजादी बोला, वो एमएलए हो गया, उसका आजादी खत्म, अब उसको पैसा आने लगा है, प्लेसमेंट हो गया है, अभी खुश। So they think that now people earlier really died for the nation. वो जो इनकलाब जिंदाबाद के नारे लगते थे वो देश के लिए लगते थे, वो तभी लोग देश से आजाद करना चाहते थे अंग्रेजों से। अभी ऐसा कुछ है नहीं, एंड दे थिंक दैट दैट ओल्ड ट्रेडिशन इज वर्क, और उनको लगता है ऐसे कोमल हाथों से इनकलाब जिंदाबाद है, कुछ नहीं होने वाला है। The foolish people, I don't know, somebody pays them, if they're paid then only they'll do. These days nobody does without payment. Even voters come to vote if you pay them. So I'm very sure they are getting some large amounts from Soros or somebody, I don't know from wherever they are getting. So it is very tough. And these days, money is, this banking system has killed Purushartha. So anyways, so here Krishna is saying that you follow the path of Varnashram, Arjun, the rest all will fall in place. The rest all happiness, controlling of senses, bad karma, reactions, all will be taken care of. Okay. Oh, so you don't worry. Same. Mahabharata, it is mentioned, Karmana Padhyate Jantuhu. Therefore, I will become bound by performing actions. Arjuna is saying, I will become bound. No, you will not become. Because Lord is telling Uddhava in Canto 11, chapter 20, verse 10 to 11. He is saying, person in prescribed duty, when person follows his prescribed duty and not desiring fruitive result, he is not accepting. And he becomes free from sinful activities and contamination. And he attains transcendental knowledge and devotion service. So once you follow your prescribed path, then you attain this level. Okay. Now, the next part is where Krishna is going to explain from Karma Kanda to Karma Yoga. So, how we are bound in this world and why we should do which activity will be explained. We will take this in our next session, because if I explain it now, you will get bogged up between the two things. And as usual, other than Datta, all others are appearing to be my older students who are also attending Bhagavatam. So they will not mind if our lecture goes in next session. Okay, we are not in a hurry of completing syllabus, Datta Prabhu. It is only you and me now. My whole and soul disciple. Viva Mataji's, her limits have been completed. She has understood that she can only take notes and that will go away. So it is only Datta remaining.
I'll be there.
Today in Bhagavatam class, we are going to speak on appearance of Bhagavan Lord Dattatreya. Canto 4, chapter 1. How Lord Dattatreya appeared. Very good. You are sincere. May Lord bless you. May Krishna give you all the power and intelligence to understand the subject matter that he has spoken to Arjuna. And to all of you who wake up so early in the morning and learn. And also to me, who in this winter season also is still attempting to give this class, chill weather. Okay, so thank you all. We will meet. Any question you have, you can surely ask questions. Yes, I would like to have questions, and then we will end this session. Yes, anybody has question regarding today's Karma Yoga, where Arjun is clarified that it is not only intelligence, you still have to act. You cannot stop acting. Yes. And also to Parthasarthi Prabhu, he makes sure that all the setup is done and done. Parthasarthi Prabhu, my humble request is you make a call to me after this class. We are trying to contact you. Okay, please make a call. Yes, there is no questions. Okay, no problem. We will take it in our next session. Next session, we will see how in this creation there are different devtas. So pleasing the devtas and also pleasing the Lord. How it is done, it will be given by Krishna himself. Okay? Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Okay. Okay. You can call by 11 a.m. whenever you are free. No problem. Because the call is not going. Okay. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, all the devotees, for your kind and humble attendance. Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. Arjolaji, you raise your hand now? Yes, please.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Yes.
Prabhuji, in the explanation of your second shloka, when you are explaining in between there, at the point there was some voice cut, so our point did not completed. Our point did not completed. A point did not completed, and I did not remember which point was it is.
तो अभी उसका कुछ नहीं कर सकते. अभी 1 घंटा क्लास दिए, 1.25 घंटा. वेर इट गॉट कट अप, मेरे को कैसे पता चलेगा? तो छोड़ दो, बाकी आते रहेगा. इट विल बी ऑल रिपीटेड. कृष्णा, हम कुछ तो रिवाइज करेंगे तो उसमें हो सकता है आपका जो बचा आ जाएगा. ठीक है?
ओके.
हरे कृष्ण.
हरे कृष्णा.